happening, Magnacites? So, I was told about this, and I've got to check it out. So, from what I understand, this woman walked out of church because her church was praying for Charlie Kirk's family or something like that. Well, this is on Anton Daniels' page. I've watched this brother several times, and he's had some good commentary on a few things out there. So let me check this out because I can't find her page for some reason. Maybe she took it down, or I don't know. But anyway.
I had to walk out of church today over comments about Charlie Kirk. I'm on the verge of tears sitting in this parking lot because I'm having such a complex with my faith. Because I genuinely don't understand how Christians are pushing this man as though hate didn't come out of his mouth and heart on a consistent basis. And I'm genuinely sitting here like...
All right, so I'm going to stop it right there for a second before I jump on that right there, because I don't even understand why she's saying that, all considered. So, first of all the clips that I've ever seen that you guys have sent to me, because I asked you to send me several clips. I asked you to send me specifically clips in context. I don't want quote, end quote. No, we need context, because there's a ton of out of context footage of every person on the planet that's ever said anything publicly on video, and people twisting or changing the meaning of what they were saying just to push a narrative, okay? I don't like that. I can't stand it, okay? So, one thing that was sent to me was a several hour long video that was supposed to be, I don't know, I guess exposing Charlie Kirk. And I sat down to watch it. I was going to watch the whole 3 hours. And literally within, 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes, the first thing they showed to discredit him was a out of context clip. Talking about, see? That works on people that don't really want to think past the specific level of what's going on. You need to understand full context of something when you're looking at these clips. And sadly, I think that most people probably don't, because the news doesn't. And the news has been doing it for years with, how they clip people. So now what I want to say is, before I finish with this, what she's saying is, one of the pillars of Christianity, of being a Christian, is forgiveness. And you've got a problem with your church praying for Charlie Kirk, or maybe saying he was a good man or something like that. My whole thing is, even if you believe he was racist, I don't think he was. I still haven't seen a clip showing in full context him being racist. I've seen people clip things and say, see? I'm like, come on, man. I saw the full context clip before, and that's not what he was talking about. And that's not the specific situation that you're trying to twist it into being. Like, come on, man. If you're gonna trash somebody, shame somebody, at least tell the whole truth. So my whole thing is, you're gonna walk out crying over that when you know one of the main pillars of Christianity is forgiving someone for that evil. You ain't got to forget. You ain't got to be friends. You ain't got to pal around with them. But you can forgive, right? I've always told y'all, I can forgive, but I don't forget. You will be at arm's length or very far away from me, depending on who you are and what the relationship we had. If we never knew each other, then we may never know each other. You get what I'm saying? You got a lot of Christians out there talking about stuff with hate in their heart without talking about forgiveness.
If this is the God that we serve, if this is the reflection of the God we serve, do I want to be a part of it? I'm truly having a conflict.
She's misconstruing
with my faith.
That's misconstruing it.
Because the leaders that we're supposed to be following,
I would think to myself personally, I would think to myself, if I was so, believing that someone was a bad person, if the leaders of my church are making him out to be something that I didn't think he was, personally, me, I would go to them and be like, hey, I got, I could have swore this dude was a bad dude. Like, what's going on here? And maybe they could explain themselves. And also, I would do my own gumshoeing. I would do my own detective work. I'd be like, wait, there's no way that the religion I'm in, that the people that I look to for leadership and my spirituality are putting up someone that I just know is so evil. Maybe I need to do more research to see if this dude is truly evil.
Are guiding us in this way to feel empathy and sympathy and
By the way, there's a clip out there of him talking about how he doesn't like the word empathy, and he explains why. And then there's a clip out there talking about why he doesn't like empathy, and then that's it. See? He talks about why, and he explains why he doesn't like the word empathy, and he prefers to use the word sympathy. But people keep clipping him just talking about how he doesn't like empathy. Oh, and then people are like, well, he ain't got empathy, then I ain't got empathy for him. See? People don't dig further. Now, I've been on YouTube long enough and I used to be one of those people sometimes. I remember, before YouTube, sometimes I would get fooled too. The problem is people trust certain people with giving them information, whether it's the news, whether it's friends, family members, and sometimes they don't have it right, or the news or another organization has an agenda. You must know, to know the full truth about someone, you need to really talk to them yourselves, or you need to do as much research as possible. Because I've seen everyone, including myself, taken out of context. Excuse me, on the internet. It's like, that is not what the hell I said. That is not what the hell I meant. And of course they know it, but they're just trying to make you look bad. It's just how it goes. You know what I mean?
That this person was this great Christian, and that the message that his wife gave was, it started off with praising God. And I'm like, did we miss the chapter of hate that he endorsed, encouraged, and pushed? I don't know where to go from
there. That's what I'm saying. And a couple people sent me some stuff where I asked for them to send me full context clips, and people keep sending me stuff that are out of context. Stuff cut short. Hey man, you asked for a video, here you go. And I'll probably play it. Of course, out of context clip. Come on, y'all. Stop being fooled by out of context clips.
Here.
Now, as soon as somebody sends me something, like of Charlie Kirk talking like Hulk Hogan did in that full in context video, I'll talk about it. Sure. Fine. And I will condemn it and still condemn the act of the person that took his life in front of his wife and children and all those hundreds or thousands of people in that brutal, sick, evil way. But until then, don't send me any more out of context clips. It's ridiculous. Excuse me. Pardon me.
I don't...
Sorry. Soda.
To spew hate and hide yourself behind a Bible, to me, is not something I want to be a part of. And back. It's not the faith I want to be a part of.
Then leave. Do something different, because the Word of God preaches something completely different, obviously, than whatever it is that you following or whatever it is that your expectations is. Then leave and go and get into a very liberal church, because and somebody point me in the right direction. I went down a rabbit hole today.
See, yeah, and you know what? And she's not wrong in that there are people, though, that will preach hate and will hide behind a Bible. But you, if you consider yourself a true Christian, you should be able to see through the lines, you know what I mean? See the forest through the trees and see what's going on. And if he truly was preaching hate while hiding behind the Bible, you would follow the principles of what a true Christian would do. Is you would forgive your enemy and keep it moving. They ain't no, oh, I'm crying and I gotta leave the church. And no, just forgive. Forgive like Jesus forgave you. Correct?
And I'll be doing a reaction video to one of those videos that I went down a rabbit hole of. And it was of Charlie Kirk going through different debates and stuff like that, because I never paid attention to him as much as I am now, obviously. Obviously, I'm familiar with his work, but not to the extent to where I'm really deep diving into a rabbit hole. I can't find the messages of hate that everybody keeps talking about. So if y'all can point me
That's what I'm talking about.
And more importantly, with full context, meaning that you get the whole conversation and why he said it and when he said it, I would very much appreciate it, because I don't get it.
Exactly. I've been telling y'all the same damn thing. I'm like, well, what are they? I'm like, why do they keep, oh yeah, he said this and what context did he say it in? What was he talking about? What was he trying to explain? Like, well, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember someone telling me a while ago about like how certain races are known for doing certain things, certain professions. And this kind of goes toward the whole, I think he said there's a clip out there where he was talking about if he sees a black pilot, he gets concerned. But they didn't put it in context. He was talking about the whole DEI thing and how they lower scores for certain races to pass. And I'm like, whoa! Like when I was listening to that was like a whole talk. And I think he's talked about that several times in different things. I've seen other people talk about that, how like for pilots and I think even air traffic controllers, just to put certain races in to the field, they would lower test scores so that they could pass. No! That is not what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to put in every race that passes, not lower the scores so that they can pass. But he would get hate for saying DEI stands for didn't earn it. And when you lower the scores for someone to pass, they're not at the level that they should be. And these people have people's lives in their hands. If you're a pilot or if you're an air traffic controller or anything else where people's lives are at stake, you are not supposed to lower test scores, lower the level so that certain people can get in. There are look. Let's be real honest here. There is no difference in intelligence in humans. The difference is in your culture and what you teach. Because there's plenty of extremely smart African Americans here. And you can see when they come over from the motherland, when they come over from Africa, Africans are extremely intelligent. Okay? They get some of the highest test scores. It's about your culture and what you push. And if you don't push in your culture for your children to be intelligent, to be smart, to strive, to be the smartest they can be and the best they can be academically, then they won't. But if it's always be the sports star, then they'll go for that. That's it. So, like, I've heard black people say, yeah, we went on there. Yeah, they had a black pilot. It was like, okay. But that was before DEI. See how they were proud? Yeah, we went on they had a black pilot. And this and that. Yeah, we was out. No one had a problem with it. Clearly, he was qualified. You get what I'm saying? But then once the whole DEI thing, then it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. Something ain't right. You need to make sure that every race, no matter who they are, male, female, no matter who they are, can pass that test. That's when they're qualified. And if you pass with flying colors, that's the best. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed my thoughts on this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Woo.